Hello everyone and welcome to episode 65 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play series. For our last episode we began exploring the Iron Marches and we got 45% map completion, where fun thing, we did the jumping puzzle over here, and the week that I'm recording this, which is a few weeks before I upload this actually, I'm getting a little far ahead on my Let's Play series, but it is the weekly this week. So if we come over here, there's probably going to be a lot of people falling into the lake. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that really quickly at the start of this video, where today I want to go ahead and explore a bunch of things in the Iron Marches, where we can go ahead and talk to some more scouts to learn the new areas that we need to go to for map completion, where we see one player right there. Let's go ahead, just hang out here for just a second. There's a player falling. Okay, that's kind of all I wanted to do. Anyways, let's go ahead, go back up here because I have this scout right here to talk to, and then we can go ahead and head out this way, and we have the other half of the Iron Marches to complete, where unfortunately for us, this waypoint is contested, so I'll go here.
East of Viper's Run is branded territory. Sentinels have been posted at Lake Desolate and Crystal Wet Groves to hold back Kralkatoric's minions, who are as thick as flies on garbage out there. Ogres are helping them maintain the northern perimeter. Lend them a hand if you think you can survive the brand.
So it looks like we have a lot to do over here, so let's go ahead and continue through these woods here and head over to the eastern side of the Iron Marches, where we do have this task over here, but we have an area right here that we can explore, and there is a very special location in that area that we can go ahead and look at, and it is a really cool and special spot. But we have Viper's Run right here with a big char town right here. I don't know why I hesitated on saying Chartown, but we also have the brand in the background there. So let's go ahead and get this waypoint for Brand Watch Encampment, where this is going to be our staging ground for the next little bit of this episode, where there should be a ton of fun stuff for us to do here. But let's go ahead and head south, where I think there's a hero challenge right around here. But we also have Lamprey Grottos, which is a really fun location, and there are some different tunnels in this area, and I'm going to go ahead and actually come over this way because I want to go through this tunnel right here, because this is going to lead to a very special place that we could drop down into, but I think it's more cinematic if we go through the tunnel. And maybe let's go ahead and fight our way through here. Let's go ahead and deal with this Shadow Skilk. And as we turn the corner here with another Shadow Skilk, we see a very interesting sight where there are some Iron Legion engineers and one Riff Suitclaw, and these people are part of the Suit Warband, I believe they're called, and they are working on some tanks. So it looks like the Iron Legion has a little bit of an outpost here in the Lamprey Grottos of Iron Marches, and they are trying to repair these tanks. But let's go ahead and chat with Riff Suitclaw. I kept saying with. This is my garage. Cub, state your purpose here before I lose my patience. What are you doing here? Only warband members have the current mission intel, and you're not part of our warband. Get lost. Okay, fine. How do I join you guys? Oh, you got to be greasing me. You don't just join a warband by asking. Everyone in this unit proved their worth. You have to do the same. Bring it on. Tell me what I have to do. See this tank next to me? Looks operational, but it's not. Get it up and running, and I'll think about making you an honorary member. Deal? It's a deal. Ha! This ought to be fun. Just watch me. Where this is actually a really special spot, because this is a random area in the Iron Marches here in the Lamprey Grottos. If you want to come here, you have Warhound Village, and you just run straight northeast of here. There is no point of interest, no vistas, no waypoint, nothing right here, but we have this little bit of a world interaction, and I'm going to spoil something. By repairing this tank, we are going to get a special customization item for our character that we can only get by doing this one random activity. And I just love that so much, when there's like a random thing out in the road and you can do something in order to get that item. But let's get that item. Let's go ahead and interact with this tank. The vehicle needs some adjustments before it will be ready for deployment, where we have 3 different options here on how to repair this tank. And I'm not sure if there's actually like a book around here or something, or a book in another map that you can read to learn about how to fix a tank. You basically have to select all the right options, and you have to basically do it all in order, where we are going to have 5 different selections, and I do have the selections pulled up right now, so let's go ahead and just do it flawlessly. Where the vehicle needs some adjustments before it will be ready for deployment. So should we tighten the exhaust valve, grease the turret gears, or kick it? Well, let's go ahead and grease the turret gears. With a little effort, the gears of the turrets are properly greased. However, the vehicle needs some more adjustments. You can hear a rattle near the front of the tank. Check the wheel bearings, degrease the transmission, or tune engine. Where I think if you know a lot about tanks or cars in general, you probably have a relatively decent idea of what this is, because it's vaguely along the same lines. Let's go ahead and tune the engine. You have tuned the engine, but the vehicle needs some more adjustments. You notice the engine power is low. Add a lot more cool to the engine, unclog exhaust pipes, or rev the engine. So let's go ahead, and these two definitely seem bad. Unclog the exhaust pipes. You have unclogged the exhaust pipes, but the vehicle needs some more adjustments. You notice the rear wheels won't spin. So should we reseat the drive shaft, spin it manually, or pop the tire and reinflate it? Let's go ahead and reseat the drive shaft. And you have made it so the rear wheel will spin, but the vehicle needs some more adjustments. You notice the front tires won't turn. Yell at the mechanic, remove the turret, or reattach the steering rack. So these last 3 are pretty obvious. Let's reattach the steering rack. You have the vehicle fully operational. You should inform Riff's Claw it is ready to roll. So let's go ahead and talk to Riff. Well, look at that, up and running in record time. I'm impressed. I didn't think you would be able to pull it off, but a deal's a deal. You're in. Great. Now what? Let me be the first to welcome you to the 632nd Armored Death Warband, also known as Iron's Tailpipe. Here, take this and wear it. You earned it. Tell me about this operation. Like the name suggests, we build war machines for the Legion, and if we aren't building, we're repairing, upgrading, or scrapping what can't be fixed. So what are you doing right now? These are Sentinel tanks that got trashed during operations in branded territory. Most of the time, we have to rebuild them from scratch, but it's nothing my warband can't handle. Keep up the good work. Where we have successfully fixed this tank, and if we come into our inventory here, we see we got an Iron's Tailpipe Bandana, which, let's go ahead and double click to consume, and we can apply this one time to our helmet free of charge. And let's just go ahead and apply it since we unlocked it, and it is a pretty cool skin just because of how we can unlock it. And you can use this in a variety of different customization options, especially if you're like an Iron Legion engineer. I feel like this would be good for making an outfit like that. But here it is on our char character that's kind of thiefy with these wings, but really, really cool, and a really, really cool area. But let's go ahead and come up this way, because I see another hero challenge, and actually it is below us. So we need to find this hole right here. This is the hole I was thinking of for this hero challenge, where we can drop down here and find Zig. Where let's go ahead and spar with this ogre in order to get a hero challenge. So I'll just do heal, thief gameplay. And here we go, got a hero challenge, 3 out of 6, and now we have successfully explored everything down here, where we have this vista and we have this task to work towards. So I'm just going to waypoint out of here, and let's take a look at this vista. A cool shot of the brand there. Let's go ahead, drop down into the brand, and start taking care of the creatures in here. Where we haven't done too many things in the brand recently, where maybe I should pull up my playlist, which I'll have the playlist link down in the description if I remember to link it, and then you can also find it at the end of this video if you want to see all the different videos I've made in this Let's Go series. Looking through my playlist, it looks like the last time we were in the brand was in episode 55, unless I went there at some point in one of the videos since then, but that is the episode where we fought the Shatterer, and that is 10 episodes ago now, so it's definitely been a while since we have been in the Brand, where of course the Brand was caused by Kralkatorrik as he flew south through Ascalon after he was awoken in the Blood Legion homelands north of Ascalon, technically still like geographically a part of Ascalon, but like culturally and historically a pretty different location. But as he flew south to claim revenge because of the actions of one of his children, he caused this entire Brand, and in a hypothetical future, which may or may not actually be hypothetical, if he were to move again from where he is currently staying in the world, he would brand more of the areas below him, which might be something we see in the future, as I kind of just alluded to very mysteriously. But until then, let's go ahead and continue fighting some branded char, where we can see just the devastation that he has wrought upon this area of the world, where we can see it is just horrible, and we can go ahead and help the people of Tyria by cleansing the corruption of the dragons and fighting back against any of the dragon minions that seek to bring harm to the innocent civilians that we can find all across this beautiful land. Just going to need one more kill there, and we have completed this task, and we are about to level up to level 58. So let's go ahead and run off this way, where if you notice in the top right corner, as I am recording this, it is currently the 12th anniversary of Guild Wars 2. Yeah, 12th. 2024 minus 2012 is 12. Wow, this game is getting old, but we are currently celebrating the 12th anniversary of Guild Wars 2, so it is kind of fun right now to go all the way back to the beginning and to explore one of the maps that is a part of Vanilla Guild Wars 2, where we can come explore one of the points of interest that is a part of Vanilla Guild Wars 2, where we have Spent Lung Depth is the name of this, and we just leveled up to level 58, so we can get some rewards here. And let's pick the Seal of the Soldier, I guess, a little defensive, where we have these upcoming level rewards. And if you are leveling up and you ever close this and you want to see the upcoming level rewards again, go ahead and just click on your experience bar and it will bring it up for you. Where if you're level 80, it will actually bring up your mastery page, which we'll explore once we are level 80. But looking at our map, it looks like we have a hero challenge here, a hero challenge here, and a scout here. So maybe let's get this hero challenge, let's get this hero challenge, let's get this scout. But we of course have 2 more tasks up here plus the scout here. So let's just go ahead and uncover a lot of the map, where we have a sentinel walking through this area of the world, and of course we have this hero challenge at this branded waterfall. That's what is the best way up here? Can we just jump up this way? Where it looks like we can, but we are probably going to have to deal with that devourer, or this devourer hatchling that's right here, who just ran off a little bit. Go ahead, stab you in the back. There we go. And let's go ahead, commune with this, and become a little bit stronger, where we now only have 2 more hero challenges left to get in this map, and we know where one of them is. So let's go ahead and come over here, where there are just a lot of branded here, but we will go ahead and continue dealing with them later, where there's also an event here that we could do if we wanted, where we need to revive them, and then they need to fix this tower right here, which I just love events like that, where we kind of fix different parts of the world. But we have this scout right here, and we have this hero challenge, which I actually think we need to go this way to get up here. So let's go ahead and run this way past all these sentinels. I need to fix my keybinds on both this account and my main account, but let's go ahead and just come over here, and let's go ahead and chat with Vara Merkbite, the scout in this area.
The Granite Front is a war zone between Flame and the rest of the legions. Those smoke lickers want our territory. We want to put them in a shallow grave. Join us on the battlefield. We need all of the extra firepower we can get to snuff out the flame.
So we have another task over there that we can do, which I will probably return to after I do the ones up here, though this is also level 58, just like this one. And we have this area over here that we can explore as well, but I'll probably come back to that in a moment, where we have this really cool looking area with like all these little like canyons through this area with this forest here, and kind of just like all the cliff faces right here. But let's go ahead, come up here where there's a Minotaur bull going haywire right there, and let's try to sneak up this way, where I might have to go into stealth maybe. Let's go ahead, dismount, and let's just stealth to maybe break aggro there, and let's go ahead and chat with Crusader Erevar Soulhammer. Looking to boost your reputation, if you can answer a few questions about Almora's Massacre, you will have earned it. Almora's Massacre, maybe you could refresh my memory, or piece of cake, quiz me. So this is a hero challenge where we are about to get quizzed and we have to answer all the correct questions in order to get the hero challenge. Now, Almora's Massacre, which I believe I've talked about when we were exploring the fields of Ruin and the Blazard Steppes, is the event where Almora's Soulkeeper's entire warband was killed by Krakatork when Krakatork flew south and branded them all, except Almora was just out of range, so then she had to kill her entire warband, and she was lost, but eventually she came upon someone who would become a really good friend of hers, Loranthier of the Wild, and the two would create the Vigil, which of course we have met Almora and Loranthier, but maybe you could refresh my memory. You're lucky. I never get tired of telling the tale. Almora's Soulkeeper was a tribune in the Blood Legion. She was on patrol with her warband when the Elder Dragon Krakatork passed over this area. Maybe her warband succumbed to the dragon's breath, becoming branded. She alone survived, which meant she had to make the painful decision to kill the creatures who moments before had been her comrades. Might be. As a result of her having witnessed firsthand this new horrific threat, she made a vow to her fallen warband to destroy the Elder Dragon and its minions. That is why she founded the Vigil. So let's see how smart you are. First question, what is Almora's Soulkeeper's Legion? I believe it is Blood Legion. What was Almora's Soulkeeper rank in her Legion? Imperator, Tribune, or Legionnaire? I always actually forget this, even though I just said it. I'm pretty sure it's Tribune. What was Almora doing with her warband prior to the incident? They were on patrol in Eastern Ascalon. They were leading an assault on Ebonhawk. They were escorting a caravan north to the Blazerge Mountains. They were on patrol. What happened to her warband? They were devoured by the Elder Dragon Krakatork. The warband abandoned her, fleeing for their lives. The warband became corrupted, and she was forced to destroy them. Last question. What happened to Almora's Soulkeeper after the incident with Krakatork and her warband? She died heroically in a confrontation with Krakatork. She left the legions and formed the Vigil. She retired and is serving drinks in the Black Citadel. She left the Legion and formed the Vigil. Well, that's all the questions I have. Do you have any questions? How did I do? Excellent. Congratulations. I hope you'll share this story and follow in the example of Almora's Soulkeeper and join the Vigil. Well, I have bad news for you. We are a member of the Order of Whispers, but Almora's Soulkeeper is a phenomenal story character, and I just love her so much, and I'm excited to see how her story progresses as we continue through Guild Wars 2 and as we continue with the Vigil storyline. But I'm going to go ahead and come this way, where we do have this char camp right here with this task, but I think it will be better for us if we actually come this way and come up the mountain, because there is a vista here. And let's go ahead and head to the northern reaches of this map potentially, or maybe I'll complete this task. I'm not sure. I'll decide in the moment, but before we get there, let's go ahead and come around here where we have another vista right here looking over the brand. So let's go ahead, dismount, and take a look. MMOs, they always start you in the beautiful tranquil areas like the Plains of Ashford, and as you level up you have to start dealing with corrupted areas with dangerous monsters like here in the Iron Marches, where there is a waypoint over here that I guess I'll go ahead and grab since we're right here, and then we have this task that we are currently at. So let's go ahead and come this way into the brand, and we just have to deal with more branded, where there's a nice group right here. Let's try to group them up. I failed miserably, but they're still all around here, where we do have this experimental beacon that we can go ahead and interact with. So let's go ahead and try to do just that, where these enemies are currently the same exact level as us, which is actually really nice for us. But kill the branded char, and then experimental beacon, activate, and it just summons a few branded that we can go ahead and deal with, which is actually a-okay with me because it will, oh, that was a lag spike and a half, because it will let us go ahead and complete this task, and we just completed one of our adventure log quest mission thingies. We're actually getting close to level 59, so we're definitely making a lot of progress as far as levels go, because I feel like I haven't really done too much and we're already about to level up again, where it's only been like, what, 10 minutes since I leveled up last time. Let's go ahead and kill this rock dog, and there's our level up. So let's go ahead and check out what reward we can get. Where I feel like these pants are maybe not an upgrade. I'll go ahead and just pick them because they might sell for the most gold. But let's go ahead and get our task reward here. And we have a point of interest over here that we can go ahead and grab. And if I check my map, looks like we just need this point of interest and then to head up here where we have another task, which this task is level 59 and we are now level 59, which is fun. But let's go ahead and run this way, which, because it is Guild Wars 2's anniversary, like I mentioned earlier, we currently have this buff, plus 30% karma gained, plus 30% magic find, plus 30% world versus world, and PvP reward track progress, where this is not going to be too useful for us right now, especially since I'm probably only recording one episode this week, and I won't be doing too much that will benefit me, but having some extra karma from completing the tasks is good, I guess, and of course extra magic find, and maybe we will find something nice. But we have a waypoint up here, and then there's a vista up on top of this mountain, so let's go ahead and try to get up here where we have a very beautiful site over there that I want to go ahead and take a quicker look at, and then let's go ahead and complete this task. I just fell down from there and I died. I feel like that's not that far of a jump. Was I damaged? Okay, that's awkward, but I'll just waypoint right there. I wonder how many times I've fallen to my death in this series. Is that my first fall damage death? That's interesting. Let's go ahead and distract the travesty that just happened there by looking at this beautiful waterfall that I love so much. It is such a cool sight, and it is really cool how it just goes up into the mountains there, and it comes in from out of the map, and then it comes into this area where it basically forms this river here, which I love a lot. But the waterfall is not going to complete our task. Let's go ahead and come over here where we can help the ogres remove the branded from their land, which we're going to see over here that there's actually a big ogre base that was branded over, and I think there's an event to kill like a champion branded ogre or something, so we'll probably won't deal with that, but it is an interesting event nonetheless. Let's come into this cave here, which I don't remember what exactly is in this cave. I think there's a point of interest potentially, or I know there's a point of interest on the other side of this area that we're going to have to run around to. But we have the infestation, where we have this giant cave system right here, and there's actually kill the branded devourer queen, so there is a big event in here that we can do, which maybe I'll just go ahead and take a moment to kill some devourers, and I don't think there's too much else in here, so I'll go ahead and leave and continue up the mountain. Where there is a point of interest that I was thinking was going to be here over this way, so let's go ahead and just continue. I should probably be killing some devourers along the way, but we have a wary ogre hunter right here, which we can chat with, and he says, no more, the brand keep coming. You can say, your craw needs you, stand now and fight for them. The branded will not take 1 more inch of our land, all shall perish by my hand. So we just helped that guy out there, and we can see a really cool area right here where there used to be a brand or a ogre area here that was branded over. So let's go ahead and try to kill these devourers so we can get down there where this ogre hunter is now helping us out with our adventures. And I should probably heal so I don't die. There we go. Everything's fine. There we go with completing the task. I'm going to go ahead, go into stealth, and then we can raptor up. And we have this really cool looking branded tree right here with this point of interest that we can go ahead and get. Grundalian's Lair, which looks like we can go into the infestation right there. And that is cool looking, which actually, what is in here? We have a sentinel and a centurion. And yeah, this is just the infestation. Looks like there's a player that killed the devourer queen there, and I'm taking a lot of damage, so let's go ahead and run out here, and I'm gonna have to do some shenanigans in order to get out safety. Our ogre hunter friend is sadly laying down on the ground right there taking a rest, but I'm gonna go ahead and come this way and let's find the scout over here at Obsidian Run, which I believe this is the last scout where we discovered where one of the other tasks is, and let's go ahead and discover where the last one is, here with Rin Shade Stalker.
The Flame Legion have decimated Victium Moors, and they patrol it day and night. Their true intentions there are unknown. It would take an army to vanquish their forces, but I've heard there's a warband out there determined to bring them down. If that's true, and if you can find them, join their fight.
Let's go ahead and join the fight, where I'm going to actually waypoint over here and we can go do this task and maybe some stuff over here. So let's go ahead and begin that, and we can go ahead and just work our way north, where we have a really cool area right here, which is a location of a guild mission where basically you and your guild have to basically defend all the supplies right here against waves of Flame Legion that are running up here and are trying to destroy you, where it is actually really fun, but really easy nowadays. But I just really like the guild missions, even though they're nothing too spectacular. But we can aid the allied legions as they march on the Flame Legion territory. So let's go ahead, disarm some mines, and it looks like we can collect some weapon parts, and we can go ahead and kill some Flame Legion, of course. There's a sniper turret that we can set up with the Flame Legion parts, or the weapon parts that we pick up. Which I see a waypoint over here, so maybe let's go ahead and grab this, and we can go ahead and explore to the south a little bit, where we just explored Firewatch and Camping waypoint. So we have an entire area up here that we can explore, but let's go ahead and just uncover this bit of the map that we have not yet discovered, where there is another char town right here. So there's a lot of char locations in this area of the world where there is a vista here, so let's get a nice good view of the area around us, and it looks like we can even complete parts of the task inside this town. It's just very metal in more ways than one, but let's go ahead and run through here, where we just explored Lake Carnifex, and we just progressed our Ascalon Explorer, where we have explored 150 out of 177 areas in Ascalon. But we have this waypoint here, and there are some war banners here that we can go ahead and set up and help out with the char effort in this area. And we are already pretty close to level 60, and I will later bet, I'll lock it in, we'll be level 61 at the end of this video. And I say that because that's what level my human guardian is right now. War banner up for you. But we have a few areas over here we can explore, including this hero challenge, but there's one more spot right over here, where this is actually a really beautiful area, and I don't really remember this too well, where we have this well right here. It's really cool looking. It's kind of like set up off of the ground and has some mossy like cobblestone around it, and this rabbit, and it's a little boarded up, and we have kind of like the ropes are dangling like off the edge of the well, holding on to the bucket, except there's not a bucket on this side. Must have been cut off at some point. So this is definitely a really old well that the Ascalonians in this area of the world used to use potentially 250 years ago. And there's a veteran black bear standing there, intimidating us. But we are back in the same area of the world where we finished last episode, where we were dealing with some Flame Legion up on that hill. But we have the western bulwark here, where we have the trees off to our right, where we can see the well there. We just did a loop around it, and we can see the massive Flame Legion base in front of us. But we have a waypoint over here that we can go ahead and grab, and we can see in front of us is a map portal, where this is going to take us to the next map in Ascalon, which is actually the final map in vanilla Ascalon. We can see right here, Fireheart Rise, level 60 to 70, so we will be exploring this in the not too distant future. But let's stick to Iron Marches for now, where we have a hero challenge over here in the center of the lake. And this hero challenge is kind of interesting, given everything else we have been doing in this map so far, because predominantly we have been dealing with the branded, we have been dealing with the Flame Legion, and we have been dealing with the Ascalonian Ghosts. But we have a golem here called Thunder Nation P70X and one Ashura Sharky Long Ears, so we can go ahead and fight them to get a hero point. Where this is just a really random and kind of fun hero challenge because it's just unique compared to a lot of the other stuff going on in this area of the world. But if you remember when we were in Blaze Ridge Steppes, there was an in-quest base there, so we can kind of see some of their machinations going on. And as we continue further into Ascalon, into Firehard Rise, there might be something fun related to an Asuran that we can explore in that map. But we got this hero challenge here, and I have successfully gotten everything right here. So let's go ahead, swim back this way, and let's finish this task, so then we can go ahead and come up here and continue what we need to finish up there. We can actually get in the sniper turret, which is fun. We can go ahead and use the sniper rifle on a 15-second cooldown in order to fight some of the enemies around here, which I just shot at a Drake. I'm not sure we're going to get task progress for that. We are not, but that is kind of cool to know. It dealt like half of the health of the Drake there. So if you see any Flame Legion around here, you can go ahead and just blast them with the sniper. Can go ahead and harvest the sapling where we leveled up by doing so. You can really get a lot of experience just by doing a lot of stuff in Goaters 2, which is a really fun aspect of the game. Let's go ahead and get our level up reward, where we can learn about world versus world, where we can storm castles and conquer territories, and world versus world, which will be something that I'll explore in a future episode. But we just need like one more thing in order to complete this. And what do I do with this mortar? Do I just throw it? I actually didn't realize there were rabbits right there. I feel horrible. I'm glad that one rabbit is still alive though. Let's go ahead and deal with this landmine, and there are a ton of Flame Legion right there where they are fighting some of the Iron Legion here. And let's go ahead and go across this bridge because we do have this task over here that we can complete. Wish we might be able to get some progress here. No, we have to go further inside in here, and actually you have to go across this gate, but this gate is closed at the Invictus Castrum. And let's go ahead and head further north where we will complete the task up here. Let's grab the reward from the last one: 2 silver, 55 copper, and 510 karma, plus a merchant unlocked, where we have an entrance. I thought there was going to be one right there next to the task person, but maybe it's further up here, or maybe it is next to the task person, but I ran past it and it is on the other side. Where I really like this like torch thing right here, where we have this like hand sticking out, but we have a gate right next to it, but the hand is just holding onto the torch, that I think is really cool. Oh, and since we leveled up to level 60, we have unlocked chapter 6 of the personal story on this character that we can go ahead and begin exploring in the future. But let's just deal with a ton of Flame Legion right now. Where there is actually a group event going on, where this group event is not one that I'm going to do right now, but it's kind of interesting because it's kind of on the scale of a world boss, but it's not an official world boss that you fight, but it is pretty challenging, and I think it may be on a timer. I'm not 100% sure, or it used to be on a timer, but it is just a big event in this area of the world where you fight a giant fire elemental and a bunch of Flame Legion, so we don't have to worry too much about that. But it's kind of cool to see like another fire elemental boss similar to the one that we fight in the Metrica province at the Thomanova reactor. I am almost done with this task, and you can just see how cool this area is here, where I really just love the backdrop of that world event right there. And I want to actually, let's just dive right into these two. Let's go ahead and try to deal as much AoE damage to them as we can. They were kind of spread out, so I didn't hit both of them with every attack, but we can finish up this stalker, and we're going to be very, very close to finishing this task. We're going to fight this blade storm here, where he tried to like charge in that direction but got blocked by this little sapling right here. But we have completed this task, so let's go ahead and super spy our way as a thief through this area of the world by just charging in on our raptor, where we can see the Scorchlands here. And this is where the world boss takes place, where it's not an official world boss, but a really, really cool champion, a Draken Cinderspire, where there is a vista right here that we can go ahead and get, and we explored the Blasted Hearth. So let's take a look at this vista right now. Very cool looking, but that was the last task in this map, where I guess I would just go ahead and run out south from here. But just a really cool area, and I love how it looks on the map here because it's like all glowing and it kind of looks like a massive cave kind of, even though it's just an outcropping right there. But we are getting blasted by some of the Flame Legion turrets here, so let's go ahead and find the gate, which should be just around here next to that hand holding a torch that I love so much. Which I wonder if I can include that into a top 10 at some point, maybe a top 10 braziers or something. I'm not sure if that would count. Broke the gate and let us escape. It kind of rhymes, but let's go ahead, just run north where we have this point of interest right here, and then a waypoint, and then another point of interest, and a vista, which I see I am missing one point of interest, it looks like. So, oh, how? I like ran up there. I didn't even realize there was a point of interest right there. But let's go ahead and just grab this waypoint really quickly across this cool bridge so we can return right here, which if you didn't see, the point of interest we are missing is right up here. So let's go back to that waterfall that I was exploring. Just come right up against it where we can explore Heartsong Falls, which is a really beautiful waterfall. But let's go ahead and take a look at another really beautiful waterfall by coming back to this waypoint and running this way, which we can see the waterfall right there, and we can see this vista right here, where this is actually a really fun vista to get if you don't have a mounts, where it's actually been a very long time since I've done this legitimately. So let's see if I can remember, which if I recall correctly, there's two different things I'm thinking of, and I feel like it's not the first thing I'm thinking of. But let's come around here to this point of interest and just grab this point of interest really quickly, because I thought there was a tunnel, but I think we actually have to climb up on the mountains and then climb down towards it. So let's just grab this point of interest really quickly. We have a lot of salamander hatchlings right here, and we explored Fell Mist Falls, a lot of salamanders. Let's go ahead, go into stealth, and let's try to get out of the water so we can mount up on our raptor and ride past them and ride past these minotaurs, which I think we need to get up there where we then have a little jumping puzzle to get down. So let's go back across this bridge. We have the Flame Legion base to our left, and we can go up this mountain here on our right, where there's some rams and some sheep up here alongside a few different harvesting nodes. So if you need platinum, or if you need, is it hardwood that you get from these trees? Yes, hardwood, you can go ahead and come here to get a few of those. But we are here, so let's go ahead and jump on these ledges right here. Alright, this is actually a little bit of a bigger jump. Let's go ahead and apply some swiftness. I feel like I almost missed that. And then we have this really cool like rock bridge right here, and then you can go ahead and come onto this outcropping, onto this kind of an island that was carved out right here, where let's go ahead and take a look at this vista, the final thing we need in this map. What a beautiful end to what is honestly a pretty cool and maybe even underrated map, where I feel like not a lot of people like Iron Marches, but I really enjoyed this map, where we got mail right here from the Tyrian Explorer Society marching through the Iron Marches. Maybe that'll be the video title. Greetings, traveler. The resource-laden forests and hills of the Iron Marches, laden, are quite dangerous. It was bad enough after the Syrian of Ascalon decimated the entire region. Now the Dragon Brand claws a near impossible line between Lion's Arch and the Far East. We are most pleased to learn that explorers such as yourself are still making their way into the territory. Keep up the good work, Tyrian Explorers Society, where we can go ahead and get this reward right here, and where we got 2 heavy armor things, so not super useful for us, but also 40 cotton scraps and a transmutation charge. And we just leveled up to level 61, so it looks like my prediction was correct in the end. Let's get another CO of the Soldier, which we have 2 of those now, and I should probably clean out my inventory a bit. But let's go ahead and return to the nearest safe town, probably down here at the village of Scale Catch. I don't think this town ever gets assaulted, where it looks like this one is currently under attack. We just discovered our 250th and 251st unique skin in our account wardrobe, where if you get up to 1,000, we will unlock the fashion collector title, which is fun. There's a fishmonger and some fishing supplies right here that we can get once we unlock the fishing mastery in the far, far future. But there's our inventory cleaned up a decent amount, and with the Iron Marches completed, I have completed everything in the Iron Marches. I don't know where I was going with that, but I'm going to go ahead and call this episode good here. Our next episode, we will begin a new adventure in a new area of the world on a character that we are familiar with, but not this character, as we continue exploring the world and making our way towards chapter 6 of the personal story, which will be coming up really soon. But until then, I hope you all take good care of yourselves, and remember, as always, to drink some water, check your posture. There's a spoiler behind me. I'm just going to come over here. And don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all next time in the world of Tyria. Goodbye.